Let's explore together how Niccolo Machiavelli's ideas can offer valuable insights into managing human dynamics. The dual nature of power. Machiavelli states that, to preserve power, a leader might find it necessary to deviate from goodness. It is necessary for a prince wishing to maintain himself to learn to be not good. These words highlight the complexity of leadership, where morality is not always the guiding principle. Far from encouraging immorality, Machiavelli emphasizes how effective leadership often requires tough decisions that navigate a gray area between ethics and practical necessity, and thus he must have a mind ready to turn itself according to the way the winds of fortune and the changing circumstances command him. This underlines the importance of adaptability and resilience, essential qualities for those in power. In an area of rapid and sometimes radical changes like the present, Machiavelli's lessons on power and leadership find new and significant applications. These reflections are no longer confined to the halls of political power or boardroom discussions, but touch every level of society. Educators, parents, and community leaders face the daily challenge of balancing authority and empathy, innovation, and tradition. The duality of power raises fundamental questions for all of us. How do we exercise our influence, whatever its extent, in a fair and conscious manner? Machiavelli prompts us to consider that a leader's true strength comes not so much from his ability to dominate, but from his ability to adapt, to be flexible, and, above all, to listen and respond to the needs of the moment. Through these teachings, power reveals itself not just as a dominion or control, but as an opportunity to lead with wisdom and effect positive change. The great art of leadership, according to Machiavelli, lies in navigating the complexity of human relationships, skillfully balancing individual needs with those of the community. The role of chance and cunning in success. How much does luck contribute to our successes, and how much depends on our own abilities? Machiavelli challenges us to contemplate this question, asserting that fortune is the arbiter of half our actions, but she still leaves us to control the other half. This reflection helps us understand that although we cannot control every aspect of our lives, we do have the power to influence outcomes through our virtue, which Machiavelli defines as ingenuity and determination. Machiavellian virtue refers not only to moral righteousness, but to the ability to adapt to circumstances and act decisively to seize the opportunities that arise. It is better to be impetuous than cautious, because fortune is a woman, and it is necessary, if you want to keep her under, to beat and push her. With this vivid metaphor, Machiavelli urges us to be bold, to take the initiative, and to become the main actors in our fate, rather than mere spectators. In a rapidly changing world, where we are faced with new challenges every day, both professionally and personally, Machiavelli's call to be cunning and proactive is particularly relevant. Whether facing a career change, adapting to a new social environment, or managing minor daily crises, it requires bravery and the ability to think outside the box. Machiavelli's message thus encourages us to recognize and embrace the power we have to shape our destiny. It highlights the importance of being ready to change course when necessary, not fearing to make bold decisions, and using our cunning to successfully navigate through life's uncertainties. Balancing ethics and strategy in decision-making. The tension between adhering to ethical principles and pursuing pragmatic strategies for success is a universal dilemma. Machiavelli deeply challenges us with the statement that many times it has been seen that, to reach a good end, they have used unjust means. This thought highlights the necessity of evaluating our ultimate goals and our choices, acknowledging that the path towards these goals can sometimes involve tough compromise. In everyday life, we constantly navigate this duality. It manifests in balancing professional ambition, which may push us towards attitudes of marked determination, and maintaining ethical and positive relations with those around us. Machiavelli invites us to consider how success often requires the ability to move in areas of moral ambiguity, without, however, abandoning the principles that define who we are. The heart of the matter is not to endorse ethically questionable behaviors, but to recognize that the challenges of the world that we live in present us with complex choices. Whether it involves accepting a compromise for the success success of a project or evaluating how far to push in a negotiation. The key is to carefully weigh the repercussions of our actions in an overarching perspective. Machiavelli does not urge us to forsake ethics, but stimulates us to deep reflection on the dynamics of power and the decisions that affect not only our own lives, but also those of others. He teaches us that success in any field we wish to achieve requires careful navigation between personal integrity and pragmatic effectiveness, a challenge that urges us to be mindful of our choices and their long-term consequences. Facing this balance requires maturity of judgment, discernment, and, above all, continual reflection on our true values, striving to preserve internal consistency even in the face of the most demanding tests. Strategies for adaptability to change. In an era marked by an unceasing flow of change, adaptability emerges as a critical quality. Machiavelli, with insight and foresight, addresses the issue of change within the fabric of power and leadership, underscoring that who cannot change their plans can change nothing. This perspective emphasizes how the most effective leaders are those who skillfully navigate through the shifting waters of change, anticipating storms and agilely adapting to new realities. Observing our world, Machiavelli would have found confirmation of his theories. Technologies advance at breakneck speeds, societies undergo profound transformation, and global challenges demand immediate and innovative solutions. In such a scenario, cunning and flexibility transcend the role of mere virtues to become outright necessity. Consider, for instance, the entrepreneur forced to continuously update his business model to remain competitive, or an educator modifying teaching methods to meet the needs of new generations of students. From both situations emerges a Machiavellian lesson. Success belongs to those who can break free from the constraints of outdated models and have the courage to reinvent themselves in the face of change. This lesson extends to the personal sphere as well, influencing our daily lives as management. Whether it involves moving to a new city, facing a new professional challenge, or simply navigating the complexities of everyday life, the ability to adapt and remain flexible in the face of uncertainty proves crucial for overcoming obstacles and seizing emerging opportunities. Machiavelli, with a perspective that predates modern time, teaches us that adaptability is not merely a survival tactic, but represents a proactive approach to life and leadership. One must be a fox to recognize traps, and a lion to frighten wolves, reminding us of the importance of being both cunning and strong, resilient and innovative. His teachings still provide us today with the necessary tools to successfully navigate the dynamics and complex modern world. Innovating with authority and wisdom. Machiavelli identified innovation and authority as fundamental pillars for a leader's success, emphasizing that the effectiveness of governance comes from the ability to manage change while maintaining stability and respect. Although he did not explicitly discuss technological innovation, his reflections offer valuable insights for today's leaders as well. Those who stand still are destined to encounter obstacles and dangers that could have been avoided if they had been adaptable. This notion stresses the need for a leader to anticipate and adapt to changes, rather than clinging to outdated practices. Thus, innovation becomes not just a desirable action, but a necessary one for survival and advancement. The management of image and reputation is equally crucial. It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both. Suggests that a leader's strength is also shown in the ability to assert themselves in the innovation landscape, maintaining an authority that inspires respect and trust. Machiavelli valued boldness as a driver of action. Boldness is the first step towards success. For a leader, this means embracing risk as an intrinsic component of innovation, leading by example and determination towards the exploration of new horizons. Machiavelli's vision, with its emphasis on adaptability, image management, and proactivity, proves remarkably relevant for leaders navigating the challenges of innovation. Balancing these elements with wisdom and authority allows for the creation of an environment where innovation is not only welcomed, but is also guided by principles of enlightened and responsible leadership. Thank you for watching this video. I hope these reflections can inspire more conscious and innovative leadership in the spirit of Machiavelli's timeless principles.